meditation, a short one. I just woke up right now. I took a nap. I have here in the office where I work, I have a small room. Every day I try to sleep for 20 minutes. The truth is that it recharges me, it recovers me. It also balances me with the stress. It's an exercise that I do, which is to rest. 15 or 20 minutes. And the truth is that whenever I can, I try to do that at some time or another. And it works very well. It works wonders for me. In fact, I am a little addicted too. Now I can't live without it. I go home at night and I am destroyed if I don't take it. And the truth is that I am now recovered, and we are going to do a very short but very good meditation. Let's go for it. On many occasions, not to say almost always, we have the internal sensation and many times we stop, we get stuck in that space of uncertainty, in that space of uncertainty, of not knowing what to choose to do. When that moment comes, it is very simple. The first thing to do is to stop and observe the two decisions, the two options, whatever it is, within the particular context of each one of us. Look at where in your life, where there is uncertainty, where there is a decision to be made and it has not yet been made because of that internal insecurity, and look at the two options, There is something very curious about them if you open yourself to feel them. If you look at them directly and feel them, very probably you will realize that in both options there is suffering involved. If I choose A, I can suffer in this way. If I choose B, I can suffer in this other way. What often happens then is that we try to choose which of the two options is the best according to the fact that we are going to suffer less. Without realizing what we are doing, there is to choose to suffer yes or yes, and the only freedom we have is to choose which way we are going to suffer. For example, I am going to suffer leaving her, or I am going to suffer staying. I am going to suffer leaving the job, or I am going to suffer staying in it. This point is key to begin to feel it, to begin to allow ourselves to realize that in reality we are not deciding anything apart from suffering, and start to immerse ourselves little by little to the feeling, to what we feel in front of the situation in the two options. How I feel in front of those two options, I begin to allow myself to feel what I feel when I look at those two possibilities. Once I feel that suffering, I open myself to feel that feeling of uncertainty or fear of being wrong, from the essential perspective, that is, to feel the sensation of fear, the feeling of insecurity, the feeling of doubt, that sensation of I am going to make a mistake by choosing this. We feel it. We open ourselves to feel it. And we begin to pay attention only to the sensation. Observe how we are abandoning and moving away from the scenario of the situation of the options. That is not the issue. The issue to be solved is inside us. Keep feeling the sensation. And Start to immerse yourself in it and observe the intensity of the sensation of that fear. Observe the intensity of the sensation of that insecurity. Focus on that intensity. You will see that this intensity is passion. That intensity is consciousness. That intensity is desire to be happy. Focus on that intensity. Focus on that desire to live, in that desire to be happy. Focus on the fact that you exist. And breathe that inner conscience I attend. And rest for a moment. Rest in that consciousness. Don't say anything. Forget about emotions. Choose to rest in that state, in that intimate inner space of yours that no one can violate. It is that sacred inner space of yours. Stay there for a moment, and when you feel your inner peace enough, that peace of consciousness, then you return. That peace of consciousness, then you look again at the stage. You look again at the situation. You look again at that crossroads in your way. And from your peace, observe which of the two options is the one you want to choose. The key is to choose before staying a moment longer in that inner peace before choosing. If when you go to choose you see that you lose that peace and you start to feel again the feeling of doubt, no problem. There is no problem. You start again. You feel your doubt. You feel the intensity of the doubt and you go back to make the way inside. You don't have to choose outside your peace. You don't have to do it. You deserve to be able to choose from that inner space. You have all the right to do it. You deserve to be able to choose from that inner place of peace. You have every right to do it. You have every right to do it. It is more. Observe how many people may think, even you may think, that this is a waste of time, that it will take you a long time to see this space of peace. But observe how much time we waste delaying choices that are necessary and vital in our life, and how many times we suffer for situations in which we do not dare to make certain decisions. Then all the time you dedicate to be in that inner place of peace. All that time you choose to be there and learn to be there is time. You advance is time you accelerate. Thank you very much, and go ahead. Do not be afraid. Your life. Do not fear your choices. They are not there for you to be afraid of. They are there for you to learn to discover your own inner certainty, your own peace. Thank you very much.